Jim, I said we were going to go to Raw, but I'm just seeing something that one of the members of the Cult of Cornette sent to the Facebook group.
Uh-oh.
Interesting thing here. No, nothing bad, but interesting. I hadn't heard this. But let's talk about this real quick. Interesting topic. Jose the Assistant on Twitter put out, I guess he originally wrote this in 2023 and then he put it again now that they're feuding. MJF gave Roosh a briefcase full of money on national TV, and that week, people in Mexico were looking to find out where he lived to steal the money. And he wrote, now,
good Lord.
I think this is relevant now. Roosh had to move houses because of MJF, true story. Looking forward to the match. And I guess he also said here, I'm reading one of the quotes, Roosh had to move into a gated community for protection after the angle where MJF gave him a briefcase full of cash on TV. That's an interesting kayfabe story. Hey,
okay, what? Well, now, in what context is he saying this? This is he's kayfabing and he's following the program that they're doing, and this is not true, but he's trying to present it as a shoot like the kids do these days? Or is this actually alleged to be a true story in actual fact?
Well, remember, we had heard that he had been laid off, or I don't know if that's the proper term. He had been released from AEW, so I don't know if he's still there, so I don't think he has any reason to, if he isn't there, he has no reason to protect them with the story, but...
Well, he could be Rush's friend and just wanting to help the cause along, but I mean, because here's the problem I have with believing it is, okay, let's say that the story is that the fans or someone who knew Rush in Mexico saw on television that MJF gave him a briefcase full of cash in whatever town that AEW was in doing that TV show that night. And they, because of that, were coming to Rush's house a week later, 2 weeks later, however, till the point where he said, I have to move, to steal the briefcase full of cash. That's the story, right?
You find that unreasonable?
Who the fuck is going to keep a briefcase full of fucking, what was it supposed to be, $250,000, $100,000, whatever fucking of cash, and now I've got it in my closet 3 weeks later. Do they not have a goddamn bank in Mexico?
Well, you hear about this kind of stuff and other things, old reggae artists in Jamaica, even hip-hop artists now. When people think you have money and you live in an area that's accessible, a lot of times it's a city area, people think they could just go up to you and take it. Especially if it's...
The fucking... I believe these fucking hip-hop, rap, fucking whatever the fucks, I believe they have the money because I see them driving around in the goddamn Mercedes and their shit's on the shelf in Walmart and they're playing on the fucking radio and the interwebs and whatever. This is fucking Rush.
But this is Lucha Libre. This is the Mexican wrestling audience. Are they more susceptible to something like this?
But when they go to his house and they see that he's driving a goddamn Opel Cadet and that he doesn't live in a goddamn mansion, wouldn't they say, wait a minute, it's a fucking work? Does this guy look like he has a briefcase full of cash in his goddamn house? I'm not trying to knock Rush, maybe, but has he been a guy that, do you make a fortune in Mexican wrestling if you're not related to El Santo these days? I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know, and it is interesting. Do the Lucha Libre fans think that the wrestlers there don't make the money that they would make here? And again, here's an image of MJF handing him a briefcase full of cash, but the rumor is that when they were going to the gated community, his wife was driving, and he was like ducking down so no one would see him, and he said, "Quick, honey, honk the horn!" But it's interesting. If it is true.
Wait a minute. Here's the thing. He's living in a gated community now. Has Tony Khan been paying him for the most of the time over the last couple of years? What is Rush currently making a fortune in Mexico wrestling? Or is this money coming from AEW?
I would think that he probably, based on who he is and what he had done in Ring of Honor and Tony Khan's what he does, I would think Roosh is probably making a few $100,000 under Tony. Wouldn't you?
Oh, okay. But then what I'm saying to you is, was he making any money to speak of in Mexico before this? And would he have already established that he was somebody was he driving a flashy car? Did he attract the wrong kind of people that they would think that he just kept briefcases with hundreds of thousands of dollars in his house? What the fuck?
All right.
That's what I don't understand.
It seems like kayfabe may be alive in Mexico. Interesting story there. We'll see what else we can find out.